If we want to explore the main character at the top level, that's the genre of the main character. The next level down, plot, those are the concerns of the main character. Underneath those concerns would be the main character's thematic issues or topics. And beneath those would be the specific problems or drives that propel the main character through the story. So, you can hear my neighbors taking a bath. Well, everybody has to get clean, I guess, and knowing my neighbors, it's probably very good that they're taking a bath. So in each level, we have the same kind of story points, the same kind of thematic story points. There'll be an objective story domain, which is the top. And within that, there'll be a specific concern that everyone shares, one of the 4 types. And within the type that's chosen, there'll be a specific issue, one of those 4 potential issues. One will describe the specific issue or shading of the story's theme. And then down at the lower level will be the overall problem of the objective story, the most refined view of the problem, one of those elements at the bottom of the objective story. So we're going to find that there are 4 completely different points of view, and the actual truth of the story is in dead center. Let me illustrate that for you also. Over here, we have all 4 of those towers. Each one is a different angle on the story, but down in dead center, that's where the real understanding of the story is. That's where the message is. You should never state your message directly. You look at it objectively, subjectively, from the main character point of view, at the obstacle character alternative point of view, and you quadrangulate your audience down to, at the end of the story, by the time they've moved all the way down through all these levels to the most refined view of each, they've zeroed in on where the heart of the story lies. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao, says Zen. And that simply means that if you can actually state the truth, it must not be the truth, because the truth is beyond stating. In fact, it is beyond stating, because stating it is logistic, experiencing it is emotional. You need all of your fiber, every fiber of your being, to grasp the ultimate truth. The only way to get there is to surround it to a certain level and then have you get it. And the same thing is true for an audience. You surround the issue and the audience will eventually get it, because that's where everything's pointing. You don't ever actually say, this is what the story is about. If you do, that's when it becomes ham-handed, black and white, and immediately they will discount it and go on with whatever their beliefs are, because now you've given them something to look at. Last word before we actually get into some video clips and take a look at how these kinds of things are explored and illustrated in actual stories, and also to identify what the principal story points are and how they work. I've mentioned point of view, I've mentioned perspective, I've mentioned subject matter. Take a look at this. It's an eraser. It's by the Expo company. It is a very bad eraser. It does not work well. It works a little better than it did when I first got it, but I'm still not too keen on Expo. In any event, if you look at it from this side, it appears a certain way to you looking at it on video. If I showed you this side instead, it would appear a different way. Or if I put it at an angle, it would appear different still. Why do I even bring this up? Oh, thank God, no more water. Okay, the reason I bring it up is that meaning derives not just from what something is, like your subject matter in a story, nor from how you're looking at it, because you're looking from there, you're still looking from there, but it means something different. Okay? This has not changed, so it doesn't mean anything different. Meaning comes from a combination of point of view and what you're looking at. The subject matter of your story and how you position the audience in regard to that subject matter. When you have a point of view and something to look at, between the two you create perspective. And it is perspective that holds meaning in story. So again, going to the chart, this is how this works. You have a chart that shows you all of the different things we might look at, these different kinds of subject matter which are labeled. And you have these different points of view that you can assign to them. And when you attach a particular point of view to a particular thing to look at, you create perspective. And when all 4 points of view are attached to all of the things that might be examined, and they have been examined down to the nth degree, then you've created a complete story's worth of perspective. All of the perspectives necessary to satisfy the audience that all of the meaning that a topic contains has been derived by them, has been provided by the author and derived by the audience.